Hello guys, welcome back to LetCode again. In this video, we are going to learn about the custom reporter from Playwright. It's going to be very easy. At the same time, we will also learn like how to implement that in real time. So today I'm just going to give you this is out like how to use the custom reporter, and we'll print all the reports in the console log. But in future videos, probably I have planned to build my own reporter. Like Allure is there, but we know the problem with Allure. We cannot share that directly. Of course, we can use the Netlify that already I have created a video. If you didn't watch, probably you can watch that. We can share, but something native like based on our requirement. If you have to build a reporter, probably we can do that with the help of a Playwright custom reporter. I'm going to show that now. Okay, not the HTML version, that may be in future video. I'm still learning how to do that very easily, so probably I will make a video on that. Okay, so today it's going to be just a console log. For the example, I'm going to take this very small test case. Like we have one describe block, one test, and within that we have two steps. Okay, so we are going to make use of this. And to build the custom reporter, it's very simple. So what we are going to do is basically we are going to create a class called, let's say that I'm going to create a class my reporter, something like that. Okay, so it can be anything. So my reporter, and I'm going to do the implements, and that implements is from the we have to implement the reporter that is from the Playwright test. Okay, so let me import that. It's not giving me suggestion. So here if I go and say import reporter or report, I think, and we can get it from @playwright test slash reporter. Yeah, so this is the one, and the class name is reporter, I believe. Yeah, so this is an interface. Okay, not class, this is an interface. So we are going to do the implement of this reporter, and then what we have to do, of course, we have to override all the functions, right? So if you give like control click on this, you can see like what are the things we have. So we have few functions like onBegin. Similarly, opposite to that, we have like onEnd, and then we have like onTestBegin, onTestEnd, onStepBegin, onStepEnd, and then we have like this standard output, standard error, and that's it. Very simple. Okay, so I'm just going to copy everything here. I'm going to copy everything here, and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, basically just we are going to do the override, and I will just remove all the comments here. Okay, so I'm going to remove that very quickly. Okay, so we have removed everything. Now we have to convert this to a function. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to remove all this question mark. So you can just select once, and you can give like control D, not here, so this one. So control D to select multiple lines, and just you can remove this question mark, that is fine. And then go to the end, like click on the end button and remove this void. Okay, let's remove the semicolon and we'll give this one. Okay, so that's it. We have created all the functions. Now we have to import all this. So you can just use control dot, and you can say like add all missing import. That's it, pretty much done. No need to write anything. Just we have overwritten all the functions. Okay, now within this, what we are going to do is we are going to do few of the simple tasks. For example, if you say this on begin is basically like whenever the test suite begins, right? Test suite is nothing but this one, right? Test dot describe, but not directly. For example, let me give you an example. You'll get a better idea, I believe. So first of all, what you have to do is you have to go to your config file, and within this we have to import this one, right? So my reporter.ts is my class name. Sorry, not the class name, that's the file name, and this is the folder name. Okay, so if you see here on the package explorer, you can see like I have a folder called custom report, and within that I have two files. One is the test file, that is report.test.ts. Another one is the my reporter.ts. Okay, so here we have to give this. So you can of course append it, like this is going to accept the array, so you can do it, but I don't want to show you all this stuff. I just wanted to show you this reporter alone. Okay, and coming back to the test, the reporter. So here we have the test suite, right? So if I try to print like console log, and if I say like suite dot you can see like title, right? So if I try to print this, actually it is going to give me empty. For example, let me console log this. I will say like suite title. This one thing is little difficult to understand at the very first. Other things are very straightforward. Okay, So I will show you, don't worry. So let's go to a terminal and I'm going to say npm test that should run my this script. Okay, let's see what we are going to get. We will get actually empty. I will tell you why. Yeah, nice. Now we are getting some error and it says like filed must export a class. Okay. So this class we have to export. If we don't export, we cannot use it. So what I can do is I can say like let me change this M to capital M and I can just export this class directly. I don't have to write anything else, I believe. Let's go and run this. Okay, so here it says like export a single class. Actually we have only one class, but still it's giving us some error. Let's fix it. Okay, so I'm going to remove this export and here we'll say like export default will fix this, I believe. Let's see. So export default class. Now let's go and let's run this. Export default in the sense like it will consider only one class is there in the file. Yeah, that is working. Okay, and here you can see that the browser got launched, but if you go to the console, it's just a simple test case. It will go to the letcode.in and then it will go to the playwright.dev website. That's it. It will close now. Okay, so here you can see the suite title got empty. I was a little confused about this, so I raised a question on GitHub, and as usual, they are very good in that. They always reply, so that's really great. So they have replied like I asked two questions basically. I will come back to this later. The first one is like why uh, okay, I will show you this one. Okay, so why the suite title is empty? That is what I asked. So for that they have replied this class and they said like yeah, I have to go through this. So I have gone through this. Like here you can say like we have the root suite. Okay, so first of all we have a root, not root, and then we have a project, then we have a file. Okay, so it's basically like nested everything. So if I want to get the title, what I'm expecting is basically this one, custom reporter. This is the describe block, the test suite name, right? So I want to grab that. So how can I do that? It's very simple. So first of all, you have to understand the flow in the sense the hierarchy. So here we have a root. First of all, within the root we have a project, and within that we have a file. So it's basically like test suites of 0 and then suites of 0. Okay, so how to get that? It's very simple. So from there I can again grab the multiple suites. This is my root, and from the root I can go to the projects. This is my projects, and why 0 in the sense is basically going to return as an array. So I have only one, so I'm taking the first one. Okay, and then I have to go to my first test suite where I will get the again 0, and then I can grab the title. Hopefully it should run. Let's see. This can be actually really helpful, right? If you see the default reporter, that dot and everything, it gives like only dot dot dot. But if you want to print something more than that, of course you can make use of it. Okay, so now you can see we got this custom reporter. This only took little time for me to understand like why this is the why we have to use lot of arrays. Then when I read the documentation, I was able to understand that this basically follows kind of like hierarchy, but I think it's little complex to understand, at least for me. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment. Okay, and yeah, so let's go and learn other things. Other things are really easy. Okay, so for example, let me go to my test, and here I'm going to say like log, and I'm going to say like step completed, something like that. Just wanted to show you. So step completed. Okay, now if I go back and if I run this, it will not print the console log. Okay, let's see why not. Yeah, so here you can see we didn't get any of the console log, because if you go to the report folder, here we have standard output, right? And one is standard error. So standard error in the sense like if there is any problem with the not with the test case, actually with the configuration or with the worker file, then probably we'll get this. Okay, and standard output in the sense whenever we say console.log, if you want to print that, of course you should print it here as well. So here I can select console.log, and this is the actual log that we are getting from the console.log in my test script. Okay, so here if I try to print this now, it should work. Okay, And here we can see we are getting some result and test results. You can just explore. I will tell you what are those in this stuff. Okay, let's see. So the browser is running and it should complete as soon as possible. I'm going to make it like headless now because that will be a little faster, I believe. So let's see. So here you can say that now we are getting the step completed that I have logged here in my test script. Okay, so basically by default, even if you have console.log, it won't allow you. So when we use this reporter, but if you have to print, you can write it here. So instead of writing it here, like instead of doing like console.log, you can write the console.logs in a test script, and here maybe you can use the Winston logger so that we don't have to call the logger each and every classes or every functions. Rather, I can just write it here. So whatever the log I'm going to get, I can just store it directly in my file. I think that makes really sense, right? So that feature I really like it. Okay, and first of all I go and make this like headless, so it will execute little fast because there is nothing is there to show you like how it executes. So yeah. Okay, now coming back to this test begin, right? So test begin is very simple, as the name suggests. Here we have a test, so whenever it's going to start, we are going to see that. Okay, so here we are getting uh, two things, right? One is the test case and another is the result. So result will be, of course, it will be like undefined because the test just started, it's not completed. So on this test end, I will just move it here. Okay, so on the here on the test end, we can expect the result to be like pass, fail, skipped, or undefined. Okay, in the test begin, we can use this. So what are the things we are going to get? If you want to see, you can just control click on that. That will take you to the documentation. So here you can see like we will get the title, we'll get the location, we'll get the title path. So like if you have like multiple tests, probably you'll get all that in the array. Okay, and then probably the test status we can expect it, right? We can expect that one, right? And timeout, and if there is any annotations, like we sometimes use test.skip, test.only, all those annotations can be grabbed here, and retries and result, we'll get all this, right? Result for each run of this test, but I don't think it will give us result because I tried it. It's basically gives me the uh, undefined. Okay, and here's the outcome is basically like what is it's going to give us. Okay, so that's it. Let's go and do some console log. So I'm going to say console log and then followed by test dot title. Okay, and here I will write like, okay, so test started. I'm just going to use the title, maybe you can use multiple things. Okay, and test ended, I will say like same thing, so console dot log, and here I'll say like test ended, and then here we will also print the title, I mean the result. So here I can say like console dot log, and I can say like result. So result dot status is the function to tell you like what is. So if I mouse over on this, you can see actually. So if I go to the documentation, if I click on this test status, you can see like we have passed, failed, timeout, and this skipped. Okay, so let's go back here, and this is the standard output we see, and this is the for standard error. If there is an error, it will come, and all the things are not mandatory. So basically everything is optional. So if you don't want to standard error or the standard output, you can just remove it from your reporter itself, so that's going to work fine. Okay, and this is the step begin. Okay, so on test end or test begin, in the sense it's basically your this test, right? So this test, so within the test suite, that is within the describe block, we can have multiple tests, right? And within the test, of course, we can have multiple steps. So if you want to know about your steps, you can use this one. Okay, so here on test begins, on step end. Okay, so here I'm going to say console.log, and I'll say like test step started, and here I'm going to just append the test title, test dot title. Okay, and here you can see like we, okay, sorry, it should not be test, it should be the step. Okay, we are trying to take the step, so we'll make it like step dot title, and here I will log the same on the test end, and here I will say like end. Okay, and then you can see like test result. So test result for beginning, of course, it's going to be skipped actually. So if I go back to the error here, you can see like I have asked like why on step end. Okay, so for the step end also it will give us like skip. Why? Because each and every steps are basically part of your test. So when the test is completed, then only your accumulated result will comes, right? So before that, like for example, if I go back to this test, here I have two steps. If the two steps, if both the steps are going to pass, then only the result of this test will be passed, or else it will be like for each and individual steps, if you are going to take a look, it will be skipped. Okay, that is actually correct only. I realized that after this guy replied me. Okay, so yeah, where I was, I forgot. Yeah, here, right? So on the step begin, you don't have to print the result. Maybe if you want to get your test name, you can use this, and if you want to know anything about your steps, you can use it. If you just go and click on this test step, you can see all the details. Like it's going to give us the title path, the parent in the sense like to whom it is connected, and what is the category. So if you are using the grep command, right, so we already discussed about the test category, so probably it will tell you that the start time, duration, end time, and if there is any error, and number of steps it has. Okay, so that's pretty nice and cool. And here we'll also on error, just in case if there are any error, probably we can print that. Okay, so here I'm going to log the error dot message. Okay, so whatever the error we are going to get, we'll print that. In our case, there is no error because it's just one. And this is the on end, like after all your test runs successfully, the test suite completed, then we'll get this on end. Okay, so here we will get only the report, and I can print the status of the report. Okay, so I can say like result dot status. We have only one function here, only one property that will tell us like whether it's completed or not. Okay, I mean pass, fail, skipped, all those stuff. Okay, so here I will say like on end. Okay, now this looks fine. Let's go and run and check. Okay, so I'm going to bring up my terminal again, and I'm going to execute this. Let's see. This might look a little boring for you, but actually with this information we can do a lot of things. We can write our own HTML reporter as well. That's going to be very easy, but I'm just trying to make it more like for parallel execution and everything. I'm just trying myself, so sometimes I really don't get time like to make videos, to learn, to again make videos, so that's really tough, you know. Okay, anyways, that's different story. But here you have to notice one thing, like we are printing this test suite title, that is fine. Test started, navigation test. Navigation test is basically my test suite, test name, not the suite, test name. Okay, and here you can see like test step end, and in between we are getting like test step started before hooks. But if you notice, we are not using any of the hooks, but of course we are using the playwright fixture. That means fixture will already have the hooks, so that will be also come. So if you see like how it is exactly working, so here you can see like it started the hooks, and it's created a new page, and it go to the visit LetCode. Visit LetCode is basically this step name. Okay, so here basically we are getting a lot of information, but I don't want to see the internal information about the playwright. What I wanted is basically to get only the name, step name, right? So let's try to do that. It's very simple only. So here if I go to my on step begins, so here you can see like if I log this, right, so console.log step directly, let's see what we are going to get. Okay, so here you can see like we are getting the step dot category, right? uh, okay, category is actually what I said previously, I do not know, but here category is basically not the grep command. Actually, I'm sorry for that. So this category is not about the grep command, it is basically the internal of API, right? For example, here you can see like hooks is running, right? So it will tell you like what is running. So here if I mouse over on this, come on, yeah, so it's basically says like hooks. So if you're trying to do the expect, it will tell you, and it will tell you like whether it's something from API is nothing but this one, right? So browser dot this one, page dot go to, all these are from the API. Okay, and this is the actual stuff we were interested in. We don't want to print any other thing. You can just print the step and you can see all these details of your own. So I'm going to take this one, and here I will write a if condition, right? So here I will say like if my step equals this one, and then I will say like, okay, it should be like step dot category, actually step dot category, not caches, come on. Then I will print this guy. Okay, now if I run this again, it will basically print only the title of this page, I mean title of this step. Let's see. So here you can see like we are getting like custom reporter, then the navigation test, then the what okay, we are getting the test.end. Okay, if you see the test.step started, I think it's not there. Yeah, step started visit LetCode, step started visit endcode, and we are getting this page dot go to because we have added that in this one. Okay, so I can just write the same if condition here also, but I believe you are able to understand. If I print this, like other than if I print all the categories, you can see like what it's going to. So watch on these step end steps, I mean step ends result, you will see like what are the things are there. So it will give me like the hook, expect, and API, and test.step. So here you can see it's basically the API. So it will give you the category name. Okay, sorry, I think I said like the grep command, right? So that is not this category. This category is basically from where we are getting all our reports. Okay, so that's it, pretty much good for this report. I think this you can do a lot of things with this one. So you can do a lot of wonders with this actually. So this is very very good stuff to know. uh, as I said earlier, we can do a lot of things with this. We can create our own custom reporter. We can create our own HTML reporter. That's going to be actually simple only. Probably I will try to work on this weekend, and maybe I will come up with a video. Okay, so that's it for my from my side. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one very soon. Hello, bye bye. Take care.